Hello. Top of the afternoon to you. Let me fix my audio levels. Today is Wednesday, March 4th, 2020. I haven't done a podcast in a while. I just wasn't really feeling it, so I just haven't done one, you know. Eerily enough, I was able to I was able to work on some editing, you know, and it kind of made me a little curious because sorry, I'm just adjusting some stuff. It made me a little curious that I lost my train of thought. Had an important point there, but I guess it's not so important if I can't remember it. But yeah, I haven't really been doing a lot of podcasting. Hasn't really been part of the agenda. Oh, I remember now. So, weirdly, I was able to do editing, you know, and there was a time when I stopped when I stopped making podcasts for a couple months. I think this was back in June of last year, and you know, I just quit, you know, and it wasn't. Well, I don't remember the exact reasoning at the time, but I don't remember it being anything serious, right? Like, I think I was just like depressed or tired, and I just wanted to take some time off. So I think that was just the reasoning for my absence at that time. But with that being said, I'm no longer in that position, you know. Well, I am, but anyways, I started doing the podcast regularly again. But during that time when I was not doing podcasts, I just went full on with the video editing, and I was able to kind of manage that for a while. But then I started doing the podcasts again, and then I just lost all my motivation and all my willpower to do video editing. And it wasn't necessarily that I didn't want to, I just didn't have the energy, the inspiration, the motivation to do it. And honestly, I do have one video right now that was done. It's probably been done editing, or at least the hard part was done for a couple of weeks. I just didn't have the fortitude, the willpower to go back and finish it. Which is what I went ahead and did this week when I wasn't doing podcasts, you know. So it's not like this is a lot of work. It's not like it's, you know, like I wouldn't imagine it being such a big issue. But just being involved with the process up until this point, and seeing how I feel, you know, at the end of the day, it seems like it definitely makes for a much better experience when I don't have too many things going on at the same time, which is the case a lot of the times with these podcasts. You know, I want to edit, and you know, and there's a lot more to just doing podcasts. You know, there's like the tagging, the titles, and a bunch of stuff I just don't want to deal with right now. Like if I had a team of 3 people, you know, I could juggle a lot of things at the same time, but being the case that that's me, myself, and I, you know, I really can't, you know, afford to do a lot of the things I'd want to do. I just simply don't have the time, as good as I am, you know, jack of all trades, master of none. I do got some good news. I did start my company today. So Opochtli is officially a company. Been procrastinating that for a while. I don't know what changes, but you know, it kind of puts forth in motion to the universe that I'm in this for the long haul, or at least for the rest of the year until I have to renew. So that is good news. We will see how it all plays out when it's all said and done. This is the afternoon. I usually do a morning podcast, as some of you may know. But yeah, today I went to work. I wasn't feeling it. You know, it's such a shitty environment to work around, you know, where you have people who have been there for so long. They feel privileged. They feel, you know, like something's owed to them, right? You know, like they didn't get a paycheck for 15 fucking years. Like they deserve more. So, I don't know. I hate don't hate them as people, but I hate working with them as co-workers, as colleagues, as comrades, right? It's a pet peeve of mine. You know, they seem to be milking as much as they can, you know, and that's the worst, because you're not gonna get behind to the point where you need to replace them, and you're not going to get ahead anywhere, you know, and with the last new guy leaving, getting a promotion to another team, just puts a lot more pressure, a lot more work on the rest of the people, and it's frustrating because, you know, it seems like we're short 2 people, and management just banks on the fact that, you know, they have a couple of good guys that are burning themselves out with all the work, and never take into consideration that, you know, there's a limit to how much we can take. And you know, I'm just done with this team. Like, this team it's not a team, you know. We've probably pushed out going out to eat as a team, you know, where the company pays for a nice lunch for us to spend an hour or two just chatting and you know, taking care of the morale part of having a team, you know, improving that without having to worry about, you know, work for a couple, you know, and that's something that I was doing on my own dime in my previous company on a daily basis, and this team can't even manage to get together once a month. I don't know what it is about this team. They just don't like going out to eat. I don't know what it is about baby boomers. I can't pass up free food. But these guys are so bad that I would prefer to pass up food and pass up fat cats, forever that's worse, because, I don't know who the fuck, would want fat cats to begin with, but, it's worth mentioning that because of how bad they are. Anyways, besides that, I went in today and just had just another busy day where I seem to be doing more than I should, and everyone else is lackluster. So, I asked to go home in the middle of my shift, so I can work the rest of my day from home and work on tasks that I shouldn't have to be doing, that I don't want to be doing, but no one else is going to do. So if I'm going to have to do them, I'd rather do them from the comforts of my own home with music, cartoons, whatever the fuck I want running in the background. And no old people whining and complaining about anything, really. And, my friend, one of my colleagues at work has a picture that kind of puts things into perspective, of how these guys are, and it's a screenshot of an episode from The Simpsons where Abe Simpson, Homer's dad, is he's oh no, so it's a screenshot of a newspaper clipping from one of the episodes, and the headline from the newspaper read sorry, I just had this thing go off. Old man yells at cloud, and it's just such a ridiculous headline, because if you think about it, that's what a lot of old people do, is just complain about shit, whether they're in the right or in the wrong. They just like to complain about shit for no reason. Like, why would anyone complain about a cloud to begin with? Like, that's such a funny headline to see on The Simpsons, as a joke. And it kind of fits a lot of my team's personalities, because really they don't have things they should be complaining about, but they seem to have all the complaints in the world. They complain a lot about me, to my manager directly. I don't know. It's just bullshit that I shouldn't and I don't want to be dealing with. But anyways, I'm here at GameStop. I'm going to go ahead and end this podcast. Thank you for listening in, and hope to catch you on the next one. Toodaloo.